What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. Just doing some long-range shooting here with my AR-10 chambered in .308, and this is my Patriot Ordnance Factory Rogue 16.5-inch barrel .308 AR. And I'm going to do a full review of this rifle soon, but I'm just stretching its legs out a little bit today and just shooting some M80 ball at 500 yards. I got a target set up all the way down there, and I'll see if I can zoom in for you guys. But just trying to see if my dope is on point with this ballistics software. And I'm using Norma M80 ball. This is 147 grain full metal jacket, and I've chronographed these loads out of my 16.5-inch barrel POF Rogue, and they travel around 2,550 feet per second. So I'm just confirming the dope with this rifle here and this ammunition combination. It's always important to test out all your different ammo and standardize your ammo. You know, for SHTF, if you have specific firearms that you plan to use for SHTF, you want to make sure you standardize your ammo and confirm your dope at different distances, because I've had situations where I've put information into a ballistics software and it was way off, you know. So you got to actually go out to the range and confirm your dope and make sure that the ballistics software is on point and that the velocity is accurate, whatever velocity you're given on the box or what you chronographed. You want to confirm all of that by shooting at different distances. And one of the best ways to confirm that is, in my opinion, at 500 yards. I think that's a good distance to confirm your dope. And I just hit a couple shots already, and I see that the dope is on point. I'll show you guys in a little bit my first 3 hits, but they were right on target. We got a light breeze here today, about 5 miles per hour max, but it's just certain gusts coming in around 5 miles per hour. Other than that, it's pretty still. As you can see, there's not much wind here today. And the scope I'm using is actually a discontinued Sig Sauer scope. It's a Whiskey 5 2-10 by 42. A lot of you guys were asking me what kind of scope I have. And it's actually a second focal plane. I know those are not really too popular anymore, but I actually prefer second focal plane scopes. And the turrets and the adjustments are all MOA. They're not mil. I actually prefer MOA over mil, just because that's what I've always used. Being a lifelong hunter, I've always used MOA, and MOA gives you a little bit finer adjustments than mil, because 1 mil at 1,000 yards is 36 inches versus 1 MOA is 10 inches at 1,000 yards. So you get a little finer adjustment with the MOA scopes. I got this Sniper Tools angle cosine indicator. It's got the degrees on one side and the cosine on the other. You got the degrees on the left, the cosine on the right. And I just have this bubble level here. Got my burst fast fire mounted on the top here for close-in shots. Got my Phoenix TK25 red and white flashlight here. Troy Industries tritium night sights, pop-up sights. And I got this flash hider from Silencer Co. that I'm going to be threading my Omega 300 can on top of once it comes in. I've been waiting like 10 months for it. So I'm just going to hit a couple more groups here before the sun goes down, and let's see what kind of groups I get. I'm going to start with the bench, and then I'm going to go down prone on the grass over here. So let's see what happens. So like I mentioned, guys, the first 3 shots were perfect. I think the wind blew some of them, but the most important thing is not the left to right, but the up and down. The up and down was perfect. The point of impact was right where the point of aim was. I dialed in 10 1/4 MOA, and my rifle is zeroed at 200 yards. So the target is at 500 yards. We got about a 50-inch drop to compensate for. So I'm going to take 3 more shots now, and then I'm going to go prone. All right, guys, that was kind of a rapid fire. Let's go check out the target. Now, one good thing about long-range shooting is that it's actually really good exercise, because most of the time you got to actually walk to check your target. I do have a spotting scope set up that goes up to 60 power, but you can't really see everything on a spotting scope, you know, especially at 500 yards or more. And the incline, I'm shooting at around 6 degrees up, and our target is up there by the tree line. It's like climbing Mount Everest here. But one thing I actually do like about my club here that I belong to is that the range is uphill and it's not flat, so you can actually practice shooting on an incline. You know, it is flat out to 200 yards, but after 200 yards it goes uphill, as you can see. So it gives you some real world practice rather than just shooting completely flat. And that's where I'm shooting from, guys. All the way down there on the left side. Those set of benches down there, that's where I'm shooting from. All the way down there. Third bench from the left. Look at how far that is, guys. Absolutely crazy. All right, guys, so here's my target. You can see I made 4 good hits. I took 6 shots. I made 4 good hits. I was actually aiming right here in the red spot here. Made 1 hit like right there. 1 hit was a little high, a little to the right. 2 of them were a little bit to the right. And looks like 1 of them went out over here, okay, off target. And it looks like actually maybe 2 of them went off target here. But 4 out of 6, you can see the wind blew them over. And just to show you guys, there is a light breeze. You see this little flag here? Or not really a flag, but just, you know, some high-vis tape. You can see there is a very light breeze. At 500 yards, a 5-mile-per-hour breeze will blow these bullets about a foot. So even just a 2.5-mile-per-hour light breeze will blow your bullets a couple of inches. So, you know, for those of you guys who plan on getting into long-range shooting, just wanted to let you know it's not as easy as it looks. You know, all it takes is a very slight gust of wind to blow you off course, you know. But still, this would have been a dead bad guy, a dead marauder, or a dead commie. So, really happy with this hit right here. I was trying to rapid fire them. I wanted to see what kind of groups I could get with a rapid fire. So I didn't like perfectly reset between each shot, but I'd say at 500 yards, that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go prone, and I'm going to see what I can do prone with this ammo, and stay tuned. So all I did here was just cover up the holes with some Gorilla Tape here. But one thing I always do is bring a small tape measure when you're out shooting long range, so you can actually measure how off you were. So we're about 6 inches to the right for 2 of the shots here, okay? And I think that's because of the light breeze. And we were a little bit high on this one. That could have just been, you know, shooter error. So what I might do is I might either hold a little bit left, or I might just dial a few MOA to the left. But either way, guys, you don't want to split hairs, you know. Long range shooting, you know, unless you're a bench rest shooter, you're not going to be getting, you know, 2-inch groups at 500 yards. It's just impossible. The rifle will shoot better than you. There's just way too much margin of error at those kinds of distances beyond 300 yards. Any little shake or any little imperfection in your trigger squeeze, you know, even just your heartbeat can throw you off. So I'm going to go down there, and I'm going to go prone now and hit this target prone. Let's see what happens, guys. Let's see if I can't nail our marauder. And look at that beautiful Pennsylvania hill country. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, guys, so here we got our Marauder, and I hit the Marauder a couple times. Looks like my point of impact keeps going a little bit to the right, and I'm not sure if it's my zero or the wind. You can see a slight breeze still, so I'm thinking it's the wind, because at 200 yards I was dead on when I zeroed this thing. So I'm guessing it's the wind, but that's a dead Marauder, guys. So I actually ended up taking 5 shots, and they were all on paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So pretty good hits. And the last 2, I was actually holding a little bit left in this area here to compensate for the wind. So I'm pretty happy with that. Stay tuned to my channel for more long-range shooting with the 308 Winchester. And I'm also going to be doing some 1,000-yard shooting with my 300 Win Mag, and I'm in the process of building a new custom 338 Lapua, so that's going to be pretty interesting. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Take care, God bless, and don't forget the 3 P's: prepare, practice, and persevere. Now, one thing I will say is that shooting prone uphill is pretty hard, because you got to kind of angle your head up, and it really fatigues your neck. It's really challenging, and I recommend you guys practice shooting uphill from the prone position. Any of you guys that are into long-range shooting, because it is pretty tough. You start to really get fatigued very quickly, you know, laying on a flat surface and shooting at a 6-degree incline. It really fatigues your neck and everything, and makes it a lot harder to keep your scope steady. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to my channel for more long-range shooting. God bless.